Hello and welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me, Megan Hoffmeyer.
Sarah Newark, DJ Valentine, Billy Business, and Brendan Peters. Zanandi Boetes, it's Nathan Leahy, David Cross, it's Jake Lewitt, Norbert Morvan, it's Lisa Leahy, Joey Lewandowski, John Levingood, Professor Mike Dillon, Nick Riak, Niall Moore, Adam Youngblood Hunt, Eric Hoffmeyer, it's Johnny Nunn. Hello and welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is someone who's not an alien. They're just discontent. It's Zanandi Boetes.
I love that line. I'm not an alien. I'm just discontent.
Isn't
My goodness.
The faculty rules. Like
It rules.
it does. And listen, you know what's kind of funny is this was made because of Scream. The screenplay was kicking around. They're like, hey, Kevin Williamson, write this for that so teenagers will like it. Like, do you want to direct it? He's like, nah. So then they're like, hey, Robert Rodriguez, you want to make Spy Kids? He's like, yeah, I want to make Spy Kids. Are you ready? No. Okay, we'll make the faculty first, then we'll fund Spy Kids. He's like, okay. They shot in Austin. He found his crew in Austin. Then he immediately went and made Spy Kids. So basically, he just did this because Spy Kids wasn't ready yet. So he had some time. He stayed in Austin. He made this. So they had these weird Tommy Hilfiger ads before it, and it could have been this weird cheap knockoff that with a director who just did it because he wanted to make Spy Kids, and then another guy who punched up a script to make it sound more like, it just seemed very cynical in spirit. But when you watch it, it's a lot of fun, and I like that about this movie. It could have been, I don't know, not good, but instead it became this cult classic that everyone loves, and I like that a lot about it.
Exactly. And I feel like Kevin, like when he wrote it, he was like, okay, well, Scream was like, in a way, obviously not the slasher part of it, but in a way a little bit more PG. Let's have these kids be like the more grunge, emo side of things. Let's like switch it completely up. I also really love how they still use the same composer as the one like what's his name? Beltrami. Beltrami.
Some of the same beats.
Because I mean, honestly, like even from the get-go, you can hear it's the Scream score basically playing.
Yeah.
There's a Neve Campbell shout out in the movie. It's just so fun. I think Kevin must have had so much fun back then. Like, what a way to break into the industry. Like, working with Wes and Scream, like getting to do this, and like, it's because it's his brand at the end of the day. Like, it's his things that he does, and you can so see how it connects, and he just has a style to him. And then, getting like people like Craven and Rodriguez to direct your stuff. I mean, how freaking cool is that? He must have had a whale of a time in the late 90s.
Yeah, just churning out movies, except for Teaching Miss Tingle. But aside from that, the guy was just on fire. But what I like about this movie, and we were talking about this, he wrote, these are all smart characters, which I like.
Yes.
I think that Delilah, she's horrible, but she's smart. Like, she's horrifying, but she's looking for leads and she knows what to post. And there's Stokely, who's a badass, super smart. Zeke, he's like the classic smart guy who pretends not to be smart. Then Stan, he's a good kid. Like, I like Stan. He's just
right.
Like, he actually is a character. Then you have Elijah Wood, who Casey, who he's another very tiny, very fast kid, but he's also smart. He sees what other people don't. And it's kind of interesting watching a movie with just a bunch of smart kids, as opposed to, I think sometimes, I still know what you did last summer. We talked about you just have characters who are, you just, even like urban legends, sometimes you just have those characters. Like, these are all smart kids. You kind of understand why Mary Beth would be like, I'm going to roll with this crew for a little bit, because Mary Beth could have turned them in an instant. But I think she kind of liked Zeke. She was chilling with Stokely, and you kind of understand why she rolled with them. The plan's kind of odd, but I don't know. I think it's an interesting horror movie, and I think it's a cult classic because of that nature. These are kids who appeal to most people, and it's smart. And they have a plan, and they do drugs like in The Thing, and like it's kind of subversive, and it's way better than a cynical Scream ripoff, or not a ripoff, but a movie that exists because of Scream should be. That it actually has characters you like, I think. And you know the names of the characters, which is important because I don't remember any of the characters' names. And I know what you did last summer in Urban Legend.
No,
And we talked about them and researched them, but I don't remember any of their names.
they don't stick.
No, but Stokely.
But not like Zeke and
Yeah.
Stokely and Casey and Delilah and Stan. Exactly. It's
Just
yeah.
Delilah, like just they're all just remember their names because they all kind of pop as characters. And I am happy that Mary Beth is an alien pretending to be from Atlanta because even from the 90s, I have no idea where that accent's coming from. Maybe like let's say she lived in a small town outside of Atlanta, and whenever she said that town, people are like, where? And she goes, Atlanta. And they're like, oh, okay. Like that's the only way I could justify that in my head. But that's an accent right there that she chose to use.
Yeah, she's like, I'm from the South. Like, okay. But I mean, I also love how she's like, Mary Beth is like, when she talks to Stokely, and Stokely's like, yeah, like, it's because of people like you that I am how I am or whatever. And she goes, complex. And I think she sums up like literally why the characters work, why she's also interested in them. Because they're complex and fascinating. Like Zeke is a drug pusher, but he's actually really, really clever. This guy he's got the smarts. Like, like everyone has Stan, like the jock dude, but he actually wants to go into academia, like wants to do other things. Even if it means he gets a D, he wants to try, he just doesn't want to be like the jock guy. Like it's fun. They're really like well-rounded characters and interesting characters where you kind of want to like follow them and see more. But so I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Because at one point, Meredith she makes the comment that like when these people turn, they in a way evolve. But then when Delilah, she's secretly turned and they don't know, and we don't know yet and what. But Delilah is still doing Delilah. So what's that about? So is it because she's bipolar? Because there's a bipolar line and like she's got issues. Like,
Maybe.
Or is she just the cleverest of them all? Because I mean, Mary Beth obviously gets to, play along with it all. Like she pretends to giggle and tweak after not taking the drugs. She pretends so she can act. Like Delilah, really, I mean, she's got the same zingers. She's still like, dresses Stokely down and being her bitchy self. And
do you think the stronger personalities remain more themselves? Because if you think about the coach, he does become nicer, but also him and Piper Laurie murder BB Newirth. And then she comes back, of course, but like I always wanted to do that. She didn't have to do that. She could just popped a little thing in her ear. So but they kind of remain themselves. Like it's kind of interesting how some become more hive-minded, or some are like Famke Janssen is all mousy, and then she becomes, a total smoke show.
Yeah.
And so I'm using that word a lot, like BB Newirth. BB Newirth becomes a total smoke show in this movie as well.
Show.
And then there's Salma Hayek in here. Like, what's going on at this school? But we
do not see enough of her though.
Yeah, I love her line about, like, I want to use my sick days for when I'm healthy.
Exactly.
But
I want to use my sick days for when I'm healthy.
Delilah is smart, and Delilah is a pain in the ass. And I think she did become one of them, but she's
she's such an interesting character, and the fact that Casey ends up with her also.
Well, because he's famous.
It's very interesting, right? But it's like, yeah, exactly. It's this. Yeah, it's not really the happy ending like the nerd gets the girl, because the girl is still a bitch. Like,
yeah.
And he's famous now. So there's like this extra layer of motivation behind them hooking up.
Like even for the 1990s, she's wildly homophobic too. Like just like
wildly homophobic.
It's like,
oh my goodness.
There was so much of it in the 90s, but I feel like slight homophobes would have been like, Delilah, like this is bad. Like you're pushing
exactly.
it.
Like she's the least like likable character.
Oh yeah,
obviously because of that. But I mean, I guess that's kind of the point of the ending also, because Casey says, well, so much has changed around here, but then like also not, because you're walking around with Miss Pris.
She's a part of the news. So of course she wants to be with him. So you kind of feel like she would eat him. But there's there's a lot of butterfly. There's a lot of butterfly stuff with Delilah too. Did you notice that? So when she's on the bus, she has a butterfly shirt when she's cornering him. And then maybe she went just became a butterfly when that happened. And at the end, he's taking photos of butterflies with his camera. It's like there's a weird butterfly thing floating around in this
Butterfly.
movie that not many people talk
Mhm.
about. I find to be kind of interesting. I just wanted to put that out in the world. But Delilah,
Nice.
there's a line where Mary Beth is like, I hate this place. Like, I
Yeah,
wish I hadn't
yeah,
have come here, because I do think she plops her little things in people's ears, and then but if you think about the football team, they become a group. The teachers become a group, but the loners don't really.
Our loners, the
Yeah,
individuals stay individuals.
and like Delilah, she's a cheerleader. She writes for the paper, but she's Delilah. So I wonder, even when you get a little thing plopped in your ear, it has control of you, but like some people have more force than others. Like, there are those movies where people become like half human, half cyborg, and then they use their will to like overcome the part of the cyborg. Like, I'm still here. Like, I think that's just Delilah, and I think Mary Beth is annoyed by, not annoyed, but just like, geez Louise, like I thought I got her. So yeah, I think it's just strength of Delilah's personality. That's my theory.
I like it. We're going with that. We're going with
I
that.
mean,
That
that's the
makes
only way to
sense.
explain it.
Because I mean, you also got like, if you think about the coach, like he seems evolved when he tells Stan, "Oh no, but I mean, cool. You've got other things, other like prospects and other things that you want to do. I'm not one that's gonna, stop the human condition of doing its thing." He's actually more interested in learning and experiencing how humans can change their minds and, effectively evolve. He's more interested in it, but it's not like he really, really changes that much. So
Just drinks more
I think you're
water.
right. I think Delilah is just so to her core Delilah that no alien ever is going to change her personality.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
for
like
sure.
she's part
Yeah,
of the
I think
team
we
after
figured it
that.
out, Mark. We
But
figured it
yeah,
out.
she's a nightmare, Delilah. She's what the
Oh,
high school
goodness.
football quarterback, and she's like, yeah, don't kiss me. I have to let my lips sit, and just steamrolling everybody. Like she like wrote an article about that teacher's alcoholism a year prior. She does not care. It's like scorched
She
earth
does not.
for her.
Yes,
And
exactly.
we've talked a lot about Delilah, but there's a couple little character things I really like here too. Like Casey. I think it's interesting when they go to Casey's house. Like they're like, oh yeah, get his porn. He has a porn magazine called Boob. But like they're not
Yeah,
afraid
boob.
to make that character
Like
look
just one.
kind of
Just
bad.
one
Yeah,
boob.
just boob. Which the art department had a great time with that. So
Yeah.
I like that about him though, and I like that he's kind of dogged. And they kind of throw him under the bus with that scene, but I also like that because he's a kid and he gets bullied a lot. And then like I think with Stokely, I think some people who don't really watch the movie, like they're like, oh yeah, she got breakfast clubbed, but they say it over and over again that she's not really that person. She just adopts that personality so that people leave her alone. Like it's not, it
Exactly.
doesn't
She uses
change.
it as an
Yeah.
armor.
Like
No,
she
no,
doesn't
not at
change for
all.
Stan. Stan likes her. Like he doesn't change for her. She doesn't change for him because he
No.
likes her. I think she just put her guard down. And so I think that's an interesting way of tackling someone who, changes their appearance, because it's not like you like me better this way. It's more I put my walls down and I don't need to have them up anymore. So I thought that was interesting. There's some interesting character work in this. And I like it. And watching it again, I think I like it more
Oh
because
yeah. No,
it's
it's
just
a fun movie. Oh my goodness.
not many characters have that. It's just interesting watching this group, and they're a pretty ragtag group, but I like watching them together. It's definitely like the Breakfast Club versus Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but that's a good idea.
And I mean, you've got two groups essentially because you've got
Yeah,
the students and then you have the faculty members who, I mean, they're also like a bunch of very, very interesting characters, some
yeah,
of which I would also actually have liked to see more, but then we would have had a long, drawn out film. But I mean, that was fun.
yeah. Principal
Like,
Drake, like we make money through football, and so that's what we're gonna do. Like I like her brutal
yeah,
honesty. And then there's that one guy who just
exactly.
drinks in class, but the air conditioner's broken, the fans are broken. He has no
Yeah.
books. And like I like that John Stewart's kind of a cool teacher. I like that about him. Furlong, where
Yeah, he's also quirky. Like Yeah, he's got the crooks.
Yeah,
Like, what does he tell Summer Hayek? She's like, maybe you're sick. Maybe you should go home. And then she's like, yeah, no, I leave my sick days for when I'm healthy. And he's like, well, why don't you just stab a pencil in my eye? Like, okay.
yeah, that's an odd line. They just set that up so he could get Chekhov penciled or Chekhov,
Exactly.
drug penned.
Exactly. Exactly.
This movie, though, so I felt a little nervous talking about it because when I put it up on social media, I think I got one of the bigger responses I've ever gotten before when I've asked questions about a movie, which is kind of
It is a
nice.
cult classic. Exactly.
There's so many movies I think that people like, but then they don't get a lot of comments. So, like we got some fun stuff here too. What like Will Black wrote, I put my favorite moment. He said when Famke Johnson dresses down Hartnett, like she goes at him hard. He loves
Yep.
Stokely. He said Mary's best plan was to invade, infect, and profit. And then he likes the pool scene from
Mhm.
Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Short Round
Yes.
2.0. He loves Zeke's hair. Or no, he loves
Yes.
Josh's hair.
Same.
Um,
Same.
and too, his favorite character is Elijah Wood because he said nerds can be heroes too. And then Mary Best Plan, she wanted a permanent Tommy Hilfiger contract, which makes me really happy. But we haven't really gotten
Uh,
this many messages about a horror film before. And I know we said it's a cult classic and we've covered a lot of it, but why do you think we got such a response we did? I didn't predict that. Could you have
well,
predicted that?
I mean, I'm not really surprised because, like, besides the fact that it's like a sci-fi horror, so I think, yeah, like fans of it might be more vocal than your normal, just straight horror fans of like classics. But then there's also the fact that this is a 1998 film. So we all watched it when we
Yeah.
were, I mean, that was when we were growing up. And it was like a little piece of our time again. We got the grungy, edgy individuals, outsiders, like kids cursing each other, like swearing and like, going off and blood farts and tit bags and, like all the beautiful, colorful, like
90s
sayings
insults
for
need to
each
come back.
others and
Gutter
90s
slut.
insults.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, gutter slut. It's one of my favorites. Gutter slut.
Dingus.
I think, yeah, it just felt like because it had that anger and that edginess, it felt, and again, the complexity of characters, it felt more real. I mean, if you think about Scream, it's cool characters, but who's the most interesting character in Scream? Stu. Why? Because he goes completely bonkers, like almost all the time. That makes him like Randy is Randy. He's one thing if you think about it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have, like shades and stuff. He's just Randy. Nev is just Nev. But here you've got characters that switches up. And you know what? Like I can be more than one thing at the same time, which just I think felt more real and I think felt more relatable to all of us growing up. So that nostalgic factor becomes bigger and more significant because we could just relate to the better characters. Because
That's
if
a
you ask
yeah.
me who has the better characters, Scream or the Faculty, it's the Faculty.
Yeah, hands down.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you that because in Scream, they fit within the world of Scream. They're self-aware. Nev is moody and not moody. Nev is just Nev in that one, but you never really know what's going on in her brain in that film. Dewey's the cop, Gail is the force of weather. Wait, of force of nature.
Yes.
Gail Weathers is a force of weather. Yeah, I like Rose McGowan.
Exactly.
But yeah, they're not.
Yeah, but Tatum is also she's just like, I'm here to have fun girl, bestie girlfriend. There's not really, again, shades or much to it.
And then you made a great point because yeah, they're all a couple things, these characters, and I like that about him. Like even if Zeke, he's the kind of kid who his parents neglect him, so I think he acts out and he got held back a year, but he's really smart, but he also has a self-destructive side because he probably just wants attention, I think, because his parents don't give him
Exactly.
any. And so it's an interest, like they all have a couple shades to them that don't feel totally fake.
There we
Except for
go.
Delilah. She's just a maniac.
I mean, I guess you're always going to have a character or someone like that in school who's like
Just
part of the group, but are they?
I
Why are
love
they there really?
I love it
I
too,
mean,
and they're getting chased.
she's.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, no, I actually love it because yeah, if you think about it, the film starts with us meeting Delilah because she's with Stan, like the football captain, and then the film ends with her being with Casey, who's now the folk hero. So that's why Delilah is there.
Yeah. And just to say horrible things to people.
That
And
sums up Delilah.
yeah.
Yeah.
And talk about being
She's a gold digger,
Portuguese.
that one.
I looked her
And
up
so,
and
yeah.
her mom was on the cover of like Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue back in the day. Her mom was and then like her
She's
dad.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's the actress, yeah, Brewster. She's gorgeous.
Yeah, I remember in this movie, I definitely had I was like, she's horrifying, but I definitely had a crush on her. Like what? I was
Yeah, no,
16.
she's beautiful.
16-year-old Mark was like, geez Louise. And then she popped up in Fast and Furious, and I was like, whoa.
The 40-year-old Zanandi is like, wow, she's really something.
Yeah, like in this movie, she's very like, yeah, you can see why she got cast and why she's had a great career. But yeah, she's a kind of force of nature, and I don't know. I like the early scenes with the teachers too. It's just an odd one. It's very much so a snapshot of the 90s because it's the Weinsteins. You have Harry Knowles in there before all of his accusations. You have, and this is actually Harry Knowles before he got really huge for Phantom Menace and stuff like that when Ain't It Cool News was just coming up. So it's very much of the time. You have Creed, you have Offspring, you have a pretty badass soundtrack, by the way.
Yes, Noel Gallagher at the end.
Yeah.
The soundtrack is great.
It's probably my favorite of the four we've listened to. Well, they haven't really had. Actually, none of those movies have great soundtracks, but banging soundtrack.
Banging soundtrack.
And I've always liked Sean Hoddesy. He's in a movie called Outside Providence that I've always found to be charming. So I kind of like his presence in this and the way he talks about being a jock. So yeah, I think it's kind of fun watching smart people. It's very refreshing in horror because you and I have talked about a lot of films where and there's not a lot. Sometimes in horror films, there's not the smartest slasher films. Like there's not the smartest kids, or they're just very one note. So yeah, I enjoyed revisiting this. And can we talk about Mary? Can we talk about her plan, Mary Beth?
Listen, I was gonna ask, can we jump into this because I can't wait to hear you talk about her plan.
Okay. So right now we have Scream 6 being the most intricate plan by far. Yes. So nothing touches that. That's between I know what you did last summer. I still know what you did last summer.
And
Urban
I think
Legend,
any plan
Faculty.
Is gonna match Scream 6.
No. Yeah. Okay. So nothing matches that. But like so she comes, her planet dries up. It's a water planet, presumably salt water. It can't be fresh water because.
Well, I mean, they're constantly drinking fresh water to be okay.
Yeah.
And standing in sprinkler systems. And so I don't know.
And it spawns in a freshwater tank, I believe.
Yes.
And the swimming pool is chlorinated, and Mary Beth is totally fine when she's in monster form.
So I guess it doesn't matter really the water salt ratio.
Just in water.
Any water.
So did she mean to come to Ohio?
See, that's like, I wish she just had one line explaining how she got there.
Yeah.
Did she just like zoop, like bang down to earth and she just ended up there? Has she been there for a while and she's been traveling, like the country? Maybe that wasn't even her first stop. Maybe there are other little aliens already out there. Who knows these things, Maybe she hitched rides and some weird taxi drivers out there. Long haul drivers, truck drivers.
Like, wouldn't she want to be near Lake Erie? Like, wouldn't you want to go to maybe Tacoma, which is the most rain heavy city in the United States? Like Thailand, maybe. But so you go to Ohio. Maybe I think she went to a place where football is popular because you don't want to go to Texas because football is popular in Texas. So she goes to Ohio, gets to coach first. So she understands football or sports, presumably, correct?
I mean, does she?
Because you get the coach. Well, you get the coach first. And then if football is what's the biggest thing there. It's like football.
But maybe he was the first one she got alone because he was alone. He was isolated.
I guess I feel like that's a pretty strategic pick. She had to wait until he was alone on the football field. She hoped he smushed down a sprinkler and then gets him. Because I just think if he's the most powerful, if he's the most powerful person in the school because the football team has the most money, that's probably where you want to start, correct?
Are we assuming that she's a genius alien?
Yes.
Because I actually didn't think she was.
Yeah,
So
no, I don't think she is either.
I saw that as a random thing, like,
I mean, it's a great pick. So she picked probably the absolute best person to infect in this town.
For sure. Like, he's like trying to stomp down the sprinklers. Maybe she was literally just on the field because she was like, sprinklers, water.
Oh,
Here's a
yeah.
guy. Let's start with him. Honestly, because I don't think the way she talks also about the stuff, she's not this genius alien. She's not. She's just like, la, 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 I'm here. Ooh, I want to make friends. And then her picks start a thing. I think from there, maybe, the plans, she starts to plan more. But I think the coach was just a random, and in her case, not a bad choice.
So she gets the coach, but she talks to Stokes and she understands like complexity, and she understands like, oh, you came out, how brave. And she understands humanity in that regard about the 90s and coming out, even though Stokes isn't that.
She probably watched a lot of TV also and like read a lot of news, kind of get the culture of things.
Maybe because if you're coming from an alien planet and then you come to Earth and you can understand those concepts, and she speaks English, but if there's a hive mind, maybe she had turned somebody before and just read their mind and picked up everything.
Ooh, and then jumped. So she wasn't Mary Beth from the get-go. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, maybe she was someone else.
And just, yeah.
And then she was like, let's go to the high school, because if I can get the high school, I can get the kids, the parents, like so many people in the town.
You know what's also crazy? If you infect somebody and the only way for them to die is you dying, you should probably leave the town. Couldn't you just infect 2 people in every town and just drive around America doing that? Because
exactly, yeah, and
no one would ever know. No one would ever like who's the queen.
Because when we saw when the principal died, got shot in the head, like the thing doesn't die.
No,
it can just climb out of the body and continue on its merry way
and reattach heads to bodies.
Stay? Maybe she stayed because she found these kids so fascinating and she wanted friends because she was lonely. Because I mean, the isolation and loneliness is a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
But I mean,
intergalactic travel.
She's not the smartest.
Just some bozo off from the planet.
For a very long time. Intergalactic travel.
Just alone for a long time, and then she meets Zeke, and she's like, "Oh, hey, look at that haircut! Like this guy's edgy." And then she starts smooching him in a room and doesn't infect him. And then she starts hanging out with the group while they're trying to figure out how to stop what's going on. But I feel like the whole time she just could have had people run in, like the cops come and arrest them and do that. So remember when Jordana Brewster runs out of that area after the drugs, there's a car waiting for her. So
yeah. And I mean, are they implying she's a caring alien? That she doesn't just straight up infect them? Why doesn't she just straight up infect Zeke? She's got her tongue in his mouth.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way.
So yeah, I don't.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Even the classroom fight. And I like that Furlong lives at the end. He has an eye patch and fingers, but she watches them fight Furlong and he doesn't seem to know who she is. So if Furlong walks into a room, he locks the door or blocks Zeke, but he knows Mary Beth is in there. So she could have been like, yo, dude, I got this. Instead, they have a big fight. And then they could have just gotten him.
She wanted to stay incognito because she's the queen.
Yeah. So
it's like they can kill them, but they're not killing the parasites in them. So they'll be fine. Like they're just bodies, the human bodies, but the parasites are still fine on the inside. Because you could see with the principal, when they shot her and she came back to life, but it was actually the parasite getting out. Like Zeke was going after, or was it Casey? I couldn't remember, one of the two. I think it was Zeke. And she also, it looked like she was also going to attack the thing, but she probably wanted to save the parasite before they killed the actual parasite.
Yeah. And she just dumped everything on her.
So she was like, cool, I need to stay incognito. But at the same time, I really want to hang with my new friends, my new teenage high school friends who are all very edgy, sad, and depressed on the inside because I want them to not have fear and have better lives. Again, does she really care? Because it feels, if we're like arguing this, it really starts to feel like she actually cared.
I
But then
think
she
so.
doesn't.
Yeah,
Because she also is like a murderous freaking maniac alien. Talk about complex.
yeah, and then she's like waits till Stokely's alone. She could have just slipped something in Stokely's ear right then and there, but instead she
Right
gets
then and
big.
there.
And then like the pool scene and all that. That's a great monster, by the way. And I love a pool scene. But so okay, so there's the classroom fight, then they leave, and she rolls with them. They go to the house for the drugs, but then Delilah's already infected, and they both know it because they're looking at each other. So Delilah takes the hit first, causes a distraction, and then she just wants to hang with them. She must like
Maybe,
these kids.
because maybe she didn't because Stan wasn't infected by her. Stan was infected by the coach. So
Yeah.
maybe she didn't want to infect them herself. Maybe she wanted to convince them. Because right before she reveals herself to Stokely, she has that whole speech of, yeah, but doesn't Stan actually look happier? Like, isn't that like a better way to live? Kind of like she's arguing the point to get Stokely to say, yeah, maybe it's not that bad to be turned into a parasitic alien. Maybe she wants them to come willingly
Yeah, like hey, this is pretty great. Come hang. And also it's
because
good.
she likes this group. Yeah.
It's good research too, because you're watching what potential pitfalls might be by watching the smartest kids in town. So you might watch how people try to
True.
defeat you. But if all people have to do is defeat her, she should just go to Costa Rica and hang out. You know what I mean? Like it's while the world's going to crap and everyone's
Honestly,
looking for a queen, they would never suspect you.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like when Casey has that argument about, if you wanted to bring on the apocalypse, do you blow up the White House or do you go in the back through the back door?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, maybe take a cue from Godzilla in this case, since she loves the water. I don't know. And she's a big ass monster. I
Yeah.
don't know really what, yeah, it's like she wants everybody to be all kumbaya and be on her level of thinking. And then some she will like turn against their will, and others she wants to come willingly and agree with her.
People are still pissed though. At the football game, they're straight up yelling kill. And people are getting their heads knocked off during that game. So that's not really
Yeah,
kumbaya.
and coach is being old coach there
Yeah.
also because
Yeah.
he's like, yeah,
Murder him.
go get him, murder him. I'm like, okay, so
Yeah.
moody parasites. They're moody.
It's like I can't control these people. These people are a pain in the butt. Remember in the World's End when Simon Pegg's like, let us be. Like, we want to be jerks. Like, let us
I
be
was
idiots.
gonna
You can't control
say,
us. And so
you
she's
can't
like,
underestimate humans. Exactly. We'll do what the fuck we want to do.
like Delilah. You get Delilah and you're like,
Like,
oh no. So
exactly.
like so Mary Beth has done her research. She knows about cultural elements of our society.
Sure.
She's like, have you been out long? She asked that.
Mm-hmm,
Um,
mm-hmm.
but yeah, then there's Delilah who's so much better at it. And then other people.
Maybe, yeah, I think she greatly underestimated teenagers. And I think that's also why we loved the movie, because we were teenagers. And it's like, yeah, don't mix with us.
That's
You
her
don't
mistake.
know. Because the faculty all fell for it, but the teens, some of the teens did, but that the teens brought her down.
In the 90s, she should have gone to like a
The most
gigantic
conservative.
office building, right?
Ooh,
Like government offices
yes.
with 5,000 people who just come in, do their jobs, sit at their desks, have life sucked out of them, and then infected them because they're old and just like I don't have that rebellious. When you're young, you're just rebellious. So you get people maybe in their middle-aged people start there, and then branch out. Like,
Exactly. Let those people do it to their kids themselves.
yeah. And then just let middle-aged people infect middle-aged people, not moody teenagers with raging hormones.
Exactly. Like, honestly, completely botched that one.
And also, too, Tom K. Johnson goes from being very mousy to just like, yeah, I want the cherry flavored condoms, and like she's hitting on
But
him.
also raging. Also,
Yeah.
like, there's an anger. Like, yeah, when she susses him out in that parking lot, she's mad. She's like, no more.
So she was kind of repressed too. So you don't want to infect repressed
Severely
people.
suppressed.
Like you don't want to get repressed people. You want to get just people who've had, yeah, like you just want people who just have the life, they're comfortable in their lives and they don't have raging hormones, and then just infect
Exactly.
them. What do you
Stable
think?
people?
Maybe. Because her plan clearly doesn't work.
No, it does not, Mark. Her plan, not the best. She's not the cleverest alien in the universe.
I
Sorry,
kind of
Mary
like
Beth.
that. If you and I travel to another
Best
galaxy and we
luck
try to
next
take it
time.
over, if we've never attempted to take over a galaxy before and then we attempt it, there's going to be mistakes.
Mark, please. We will research. We will do so much research. We will over research. We will end up
Yeah, and another alien race will come in
maybe
and take
never
over.
even say exactly. And we will still be doing our research. No, we need to do more research.
Okay, between the ages of 45 and 53, single. So no one suspects them when they go home.
Exactly.
We'll send out people to find them and we'll slowly build out from there. And then we
And
look
it
down
needs to
and
be in
everything's
the
blown up.
summer at a lake.
Yeah.
Needs to be in summer at a lake because the water thing, man. I mean, maybe she spends a lot of time in water to kind of just up her strength and then get used to a human body before she like ventured out and be, because how?
How does a
I mean,
big
we
thing
know
like
the
that fit in a
old
little thing like her?
uh, Susan Willis, the old teacher. I mean, she didn't make it because she was too old. So
Yeah.
she couldn't handle the parasite and then the lack of water because the poor woman looked dehydrated. So,
Huh.
like, I guess maybe she used some bodies and they died. And she was like, okay, I need a young body because it's the most fit, it's the strongest. Like, new cells are still developing and whatnot. Someone that's like good on hydration, can hydrate easily.
Yep.
And then just like hang in a pool or a lake for a couple of weeks and kind of acclimatize, like slowly get out, like kind of like how man evolved.
Just in a tube hanging out in the water.
Then every day, a couple of steps on land, okay, back, then out again, okay, back. I think she's been here for ages.
Yeah. And just
Ages.
finally built that up to get where she is now. Because,
Yes.
and you know what? I have a theory about the Southern accent now that I think about it. So I listen to this thing, ESPN FC. It's a soccer channel. I love it. I've been listening to it like 15 years. Every episode I've probably listened to just on my way to work or listen to the podcast. And there's a Scottish guy who says like for when it comes to American accents, a lot of people just go Southern because it's just the easiest thing to do. Like AIOU. Like that's why you have so many like people coming over and doing weird Southern accents. So maybe
Right.
that was just the easiest for an alien to adopt. Like you're not going to pick up a Massachusetts accent that easily. You're not going to pick up
Exactly.
a northern don't you know thing. But if you just sound Southern, like there's no such thing as you sound Western. Like what does that mean? Like what do you? I don't know. You sound wet because like the dialect between California to Northern California is different. So where are you from? The South? I'm from the
100%.
South, y'all. Like that's where I'm from. Yeah, that's where I'm from. So you just do that. So it's probably the easiest accent to get away with, if that makes
I
sense.
guess. No, for sure. Definitely.
I like that. But then she does switch her accent later,
She
which,
does.
but then she didn't
She
need a
doesn't
Southern
keep the Southern
accent.
accent.
Wait, but no one knows who she is. So why did she need to fake an accent? She could have been like, I'm from Michigan.
Exactly. I think she underestimated how little teenagers care about where the hell the new girl's from. She had a backstory ready and everything, and nobody even asked her.
No one cared.
Nobody cared. And that's when she saw, these kids aren't okay. They need to be on my side. And they were like, hell no, lady.
Maybe she had turned very, let's see, like teenagers that are outsiders that are very smart with raging hormones before, and it just didn't work. So she wanted to talk them into this one. But you picked the wrong
Could
group.
be. I mean, exactly. I think, I mean, did she go for the outcasts because they were isolated? You would think. But then I just think this was a gross underestimation on her part, Mark. It's really the only conclusion we could
Yeah.
draw here
I mean,
because
she does says, "I wish I never came here." That's a quote from her.
exactly. No, she made the big mistake. Huge. Just
And I wish I never came
sorry,
here.
darling.
And then she's like, "I feel
Just
very alien here myself." Oh man, she's like making
yeah,
jokes that
yeah.
only she will get.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah. I
I
think
wish
she's
I
very
never came
clever.
here. Oh
Meanwhile,
man. And like you have the
not
entire
gonna
foot.
water. Yeah.
It's not even body snatchers because they want to murder people on the football field. But do you
Yeah,
think
that's
she had
true.
them do that on purpose? Because you know, I guess who's South Africa's biggest opponent in like cricket or rugby?
Rugby, biggest opponent is New Zealand.
Okay, so New Zealanders come over for a huge rugby. What's it called? Match? Is that the match?
Match. Yes.
All the New Zealand fans are just like drones from Invasion of the Body Snatchers. No cheering. And so all the South Africans are like, what is happening here? Like, this is really odd. So I guess she wanted them to be hyped up just so that it didn't seem weird. Because if they weren't all pumped up and were just docile, that'd be odd.
I mean, I was like, were they infecting the people that came to visit? Like, what
Yeah.
was that? They were infecting them, right?
Yeah, they were dog
So
pawing
maybe
them and
that was
slipping.
kind of like, whoa, we're gonna make more drones. And that was kind of that was pumping them up. Like, we're gonna murder you because we're gonna put our parasites inside of you. And they were just like, very, very excited about all of that.
And they probably bought off the refs already. Not bought off, they infected the refs. So then the refs weren't playing anything into it. And then their team is just slowly getting infected.
And also, it's still the human body. So, like, with all the testosterone pumping, with the guys on the field and the coaches and the fans, I don't know. Maybe that's why they were all so very weird at that game.
Yeah. I would just love it if the aliens were supposed to be all hive minded, but then they're like, football rules.
I mean, that's what I was actually
Yeah.
just thinking now. I think maybe the aliens were like, okay, wait, what is this now? This rules. We love football. Yeah.
And Mary Beth is like, no, no. And she's like, yeah, we'll all be peaceful. And then outside it's just chaos, people being chased all over the place and slamming people and car wrecks.
Yeah.
But she's like,
These
we'll all
are
be happy.
weak ass parasite aliens, I tell you.
Yeah,
I wonder that she didn't, her world didn't make it.
That alien probably has 3% control on Delilah.
Oh, if even, Mark, if even 3%, honestly. I'm wondering if if Delilah wasn't on her way to start controlling Mary Beth, like, because
Yeah, you're right. And you work for me now, Mary Beth. Like, what? That'd be funny if Delilah took over and Mary Beth is like, I didn't mean for this to happen. And then they got to stop Delilah.
Exactly.
Ooh, I like that.
Even Famke.
Yeah, she turns.
Because she turns, but like with a hunger and a lust for power. I could see that too.
Are they dating at the end?
I mean, it's kind of implied, right? I guess because Zeke is
It's 18.
technically supposed to be out of school already. Because
yeah.
they kept him in. They said, yeah, he was kept back a year. So he's of age.
That's still a bad look.
But yeah. I mean, it was a choice.
She's just sitting there watching him play.
What a choice.
Yeah, I guess the 90s. And I guess attacking in summer is good because it's more humid. Like if you attack in Ohio in the winter, it's going to dry you out. It's very dry. Like I took Megan to Iowa once during the winter and she almost murdered me because of how dry it was. So
okay.
I guess it's a good time. And football is played during the summer here in the States. So then, yeah, so that's a good time to attack. There's sprinklers nearby. This is an odd one.
It is, because she's just not clever. Even at the
No,
end, when those bleachers were starting to push back, and she just thought, oh, I can deal with this. Really? So when she turned her full alien monster self, did her brains just fall out? Because, anyway, what's your favorite scream? Mine is Bebe's scream in the beginning when she gets stabbed with a pencil through her hand.
I
And
agree.
it's both a scoring sound and her screaming. I love it.
Listen, anytime you have a Broadway actor belting a scream out, you know it's going to be good. I like that one a lot.
Exactly. I'm there for it.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
there
a
for
great
it.
one. Okay, and then what's our next category? We have. I'm trying to find them. I have so many notes. Best line.
Oh, I actually forgot about that one. And that's a hard one, Mark, because there's a lot of good lines. I mean, I do love it when Casey tells the coach what I firmly believe that one should only run when being chased. So I'm not quoting it right, but where is that line?
I like Casey. When did you become
That's a good
Sigourney
one.
Weaver? Like what? But then
Yes, also a
Delilah,
good
no,
one.
Delilah's infected and knows that. I'm not an alien. I'm a discontent. I like when Zeke says, I like to think of it as stealing. Actually,
Oh yes,
and
yes.
the beast line
I'm
is kind
adding
of
to
funny.
the deconstruction of America. I like that.
Beast. They keep bumping into each other. Okay, I just want to read you something real quick while we're doing this, but this is what she says. So I escaped, came here, and I met you. She's saying this to Stokes, all of you. And all of you were different from the others. You were lost and lonely, just like me. And I thought that maybe I could give you a taste of my world. A world. Oh, so she wanted to see. So the reason she didn't infect them is so they could see what it's like with like everyone is infected, I guess. But then she goes, a world without anger, which isn't true because everyone's pissed off. Without
Yeah,
fear,
exactly.
there's definitely like these. Maybe they don't have fear. Without attitude, people got attitude for days.
For days.
Where the underachiever goes home at night to the parents who care. This is the best line coming up. The jock can be smart, the ugly duckling beautiful. And she knows this. And she goes, and the class wuss doesn't have to live in terror. But everyone's still pretty pissed off though. I don't know. Like, well, the new girl, she can just fit in people who are just like her. You see Casey. Oh, Casey. Sorry, I shouldn't say to Stokes. Even Mary Beth's feelings can be hurt by a bunch of pathetic, lost little outcasts who truly believe that their disaffected, lonely life is the only way they can survive. I can make you a part of something so special, Casey, so perfect, so fearless. But she calls it the class wuss. Like she knows what a wuss is.
Yeah, so she's actually starting to sound like them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's kind of like integration from both sides. Maybe that's the thing. They don't completely take over. It's an integration. Because that would kind of fit into the story better anyway.
But
So integrate or not, do or die.
But why is Famke so pissed? Why is the coach so pissed? Why are they murdering the other team? So she just, I don't think she can control these people. She's saying all
No,
this,
I
but she's
don't.
clearly
I
lost
think
control.
exactly. She doesn't have control. She doesn't. She might have the most, yeah, I mean, exactly. Man. And she's just kind of like not dealing with any of it. It's happening around her. She goes to the football game. She sees the coach is losing it. She sees all these people, but she's just like, okay, Lala, I'm gonna get in the car and ride along with my friends and see where they take me. I mean, she's not a good queen bee
No,
leader of the pack. Terrible choice. That's why. I mean, I bet you if there was more time, Delilah and Famke would have like vied for that position because they'd be like, you are useless at this. I am the new queen bee.
Go edit my papers.
Go edit my papers. Go wash my stupid glasses.
I'm incognito. Oh wait, was that Famke's glasses? Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, good old Mary. She really boned this one. She had it. It was kind of crazy. If you were somewhat smart about it, it wouldn't be terribly hard. You know, like you could do it. But yeah, I mean, I guess I like that they win though. I like that the kids win. But yeah, Mary Beth messes up. So her plan, it's not that intricate because she just kind of lets it go in emotion and then she hangs out with this crew.
Exactly. She actually, yeah, I think she she starts liking them way too much and finding them too fascinating, and then completely forgets why she's here in the first place. And then remembers, but then kisses one and then forgets again. And then remembers again. I don't know.
Oh man.
I remembered my favorite line is definitely, I think you said it's yours too, so blow me blood farts. Best insult line. Blow me blood farts.
And tit bags. Like I miss 90s
Yeah.
insults where
Gutter sluts.
they're definitely an insult, but they're not highly specific insults. So you could be like,
Exactly.
hey, fart knocker. And you're like, what is that? What does that mean? Like, it's an insult,
Exactly.
but it's not, it's so like nebulous as to what it means. You just don't know.
Exactly.
Hey, blood fart.
Exactly. Blood
What? Hey, dingus. Like, dingus means dumb, but
yes, exactly.
it's so much worse than being like, you're stupid. Like, you are legit stupid. It's just, hey, dingus.
Or what's the other? Yeah, fuckwad and fucktard.
Yeah. You're like, hey, fuckwad. Like, that's a good one. Like, that's you're like,
It's a
what?
good one.
Yeah.
I still say that every now and then.
Like, I liked like a jabroni. Like, you're being a jabroni. I think,
Jabroni.
like, 90s insults need to come back where you add some form of like
Yes.
like spit face, or like you add some form of like action, and then you know, like a noun, you know, like a verb and a noun, or I don't know, like
Exactly. Booger toes, or like, you know, just like something.
Booger
that's
lips,
like
yeah.
put two things together, and it doesn't really make sense, but just go with it.
Yeah. Hey, spit duck. You're like, what? Like, just some, I don't know, something stupid. You're like, wait, huh? Like, so you're clearly displeased with me, but there's no way I can take that personally.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. Before we get to, okay, where does the killer rank among Scream killers?
Oh my goodness. No, I think no.
No,
Huh?
that doesn't even work.
No, I don't think she gets to stand with them
No,
in ranking.
no, that doesn't work.
No.
I think best kill is when Casey's like guaranteed to jack you up and then kills her after he gets a ton of. Okay, here's a question.
Yes.
He gets a bunch of space phlegm. That sounds like a good info. Hey, space phlegm. Shot into his face, right? And they
I love that.
They legitimately crawl into his skin and rip open his skin. He says guaranteed to jack you up. He dehydrates the creature, but then they just plop out of his body and his skin heals. So when they leave your body, do they leave some sort of healing property? Because they can reattach your head to its body and like fix your spine. So when they shot into his face and then came out, he's almost healed immediately.
I don't know. I think because these parasites can go from body to body, they kind of are like, you know, if they start to like a body and get attached to it, then they stay.
Yeah.
Ooh, Mary Beth actually said she's still getting used to her body.
Yeah, she did.
So she hasn't been around for a long time.
Yeah, she just sort of popped up.
She didn't do her research. Oh, that explains why she's so stupid.
Yeah, because when she shows up, do you think she just crash landed near Ohio?
Yeah, and then she just went with it. She probably obviously has some grandiose idea of her abilities, clearly.
I'm the superiors. I do. That makes more sense. Like, I'm going to make you all peaceful. And then you look outside and just everything's burning. Like, well, oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I've lost control. So, okay. This one's interesting. And we've already kind of covered this, but which character would fit best in the Scream franchise? I don't know if like Zeke doesn't. Maybe the football player in the second film. Could he have been the boyfriend?
No. I would rather see Stan. I would rather see Stan there.
You think Stan could do it?
I can see Stan as a Scream character, actually. I could. Yeah. I could see him in a Scream movie.
Good kid. He could, yeah, like the Scream 4 or something. He could be the boyfriend.
Yeah.
He's just not pithy, but I like him. I like Sean Hardesty. All right, Stan, because Delilah, no. Zeke, no. Stokely, no. Okay, Stan. And then the Eminem song will play. And does it do enough to justify its existence? Yes.
Yes, of course it does. It's awesome. It's.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Is it better than any of the Scream films? It's so different.
No, oof, that's hard to compare, right? Because of the sci-fi elements, and
Yeah.
it goes for like, because where Scream talks about, it's meta about movies and horror movies, but just like movies. Like this one goes for sci-fi, like Body Snatchers, Puppet Masters, like E.T., Spielberg, all those guys.
Yeah.
Ooh, I mean,
It's hard. You can't do it.
no, we're not going to do it. I refuse, Mark. I refuse to answer that question.
Okay. We won't do that
Pass.
one. Pass. I think and then we have we've done best character. Yeah. I think our questions are done. We've looked at everything here.
Who's your favorite character? I love Stokely. I'm also a big
Yes.
Stokely fan.
Stokely's cool as hell. I like Stokely a lot.
Yeah,
And
Stokely. And also, I mean, Clea DuVall, just like in everything back then, also, like, I mean, growing up with her, I just love all her characters.
Blood fart. I'm not doing that. That's so 80s. I like the world's dying.
Got her
Wait.
slut.
I like that line.
Fuck you, got her slut.
Like I think Zeke is there. We've seen characters like him before where he's edgy but smart. Elijah Wood is good. He grounds the film. He's fast. Stan is interesting because
Yes.
he's like he just I find him to be an interesting character, but maybe because he's with Stokes a lot. Delilah is just a monster. I kind of wish Jordana Brewster had more roles like this. I think in the Fast movies they kind of sidelined her to be in the sister,
Right.
and it'd be fun to see her be more sassy.
Absolutely.
A
Because
sassy Brewster.
she did very well. Yeah, I mean, it was a good performance.
Oh, and also
But I
too,
mean, not a favorite character, but a
also,
good character.
yeah, not favorite character, but probably my favorite performance. And also, we have another naked
Yes.
space lady to add to the list. So we have Under the Skin, Life Force, Species, and the Faculty.
That's correct. Another naked space lady.
Cinema loves naked space ladies. It's true though.
It's true. I think that comes from pulp fiction. I think it's a Pulp Fiction thing.
Naked space ladies.
Naked space ladies.
Yeah. So we have 4. I have 4 in the canon right now. There's probably a lot more.
That's pulpy novels back in the day.
Yeah. Because Under the Skin, that's more of like that's more serious. Life Force is just a straight up naked space vampire. Species,
Yeah.
the lady just wants to reproduce. I guess she's not a total naked space lady. She just gets naked a lot.
Yeah.
I know this is a random topic, but I was watching this. I'm like, there's a lot of naked space ladies. It's like a splice. Yeah, that's a geez Louise. Yeah.
Wait, was that a space lady?
Well, but
was
it's the same thing.
A
Like
lab
she's
lady.
a sexualized genetic creation that's science. The science fiction movie. We could say like
Sci-fi lady.
Yeah, sci-fi naked.
Naked sci-fi lady.
So another so it's
like
5.
in Knocked Up when they're like watching movies and like when they're showing Bush or whatever, it's like, naked sci-fi lady.
Oh wait, before we get out of here, I want to read this one thing. So I asked a bunch of questions and I got answers on the MFF Facebook. So Johnny Num, his favorite moments, the epic low angle slow mo shot of Zeke pulling the blade off the old school paper cutter. He's like, makes me wonder if Jon Stewart's character was originally destined for a more violent fate. He likes Miss Burke. He loves how Johnson leaned to the nerdy and sexy sides of the character. 3, transform Earth into water world, go severely over budget in the process. And then 4 is when pool scene is when the guy gets strangled in the shallow end in shockwaves, and when Michael Monroe is using bait and it follows. Norbert Morvan said they're all high doing the test to see who is an alien. He loves that. He said Hartnett is peak 90s underachiever, actually incredibly talented, but also completely unmotivated.
But he is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's my second favorite character because I do like him. It's a very interesting, little take for a movie like this, a 90s movie like this.
And then take over the Earth one town at a time using football and water. I mean, sports is a smart way to do it because you get a lot of people together. It's
exactly crowds.
And then he put AVP Requiem, high school pool slaughter. I like that. We just talked about it. We had a very funny conversation about that movie. Allie Maxwell, she loves The Faculty. She wrote, "It's so hard to pick a favorite moment. I've been trying to write this for like an hour." She said, "Instead, I'll give you my favorite quote." In the beginning, Clea DuVall bumps into Sean Hardesty, and it goes, "Get a fucking guide dog." And then he goes, "Maybe if you didn't paint your fucking eyes shut." She said it makes her laugh all the time. 2, the movie is cast to perfection, but Famke Johnson as Miss Burke is the gold standard for range. I'll fight you on that. And then 3, control through chaos and confusion. At least this alien species made sense. Signs brought us aliens allergic to water. Just saying. And then she put the Final Destination 4 pool scene, and she wrote, "If you know, you know."
Nice. Yep.
Nathan LaHaye, he wrote, Elijah Wood being the hero that brings on the queen was great and unexpected since everyone was pulling for Hartnett. He also likes Famke's character because he's like peak hotness for Famke and had 2 distinct characters and personalities to portray in the film. I don't know. I feel like Goldeneye when she's Xenia on the top. Like that's sorry. Slow, and he said slow overtaking the world through the last place anyone would look. Championship high school football. Eventually, when the Earth is theirs, they will start the first ever underwater football league. That's what Nathan said. And underwater football league. That would be amazing. And then he put, would Pee Wee versus Francis count in Pee Wee's Big Adventure of the pool fight? And he said Tim Burton's associated with horror. And last but not least, Aaron Newworth. He wrote a lot of highlights, but maybe Zeke versus Famke and the Pontiac. Everyone loves Famke in this movie.
Yeah.
Post credits when Jon Stewart with the eye patch and missing fingers. So he survived that. And then he wrote, start small and go big with their water-based alien invasion. Use football games to help the spread. And then he put, let the right one in for pool scenes. So I had to read those. That was great.
Nice.
Yeah. We did it.
Yeah, I really love everyone's input. Thanks, everybody.
We did it.
But yeah, we did it. The faculty.
The faculty. All right.
Good job, gutter sluts.
See you later, blood farts. Oh, geez. Well, thank you for joining me, Zanandi.
It was fun, Mark. Where can everybody find you?
Movies. Just rate, review, and subscribe, please. It helps. Now that everything's like AI driven, all the summaries are pulled from reviews. So whenever people type in movies, films, and flicks and like summarize it, it's really nice to have reviews that people can pull from, and it helps our like search engine SEO. Also, we just there's an updated headway list about best movie podcast. We made number 12 on that, so very happy.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, so just I don't know, just please, this is a free show. Rate, review, and subscribe. Write a review. It helps.
We'd really appreciate. Yeah, we really appreciate it.
We need it. So where can people find you? In a tube in a lake in Ohio?
Yes. I'm just gonna say yes.
If you're in Ohio,
I mean, I think I'm smarter than that alien, so I'm not telling you.
We gotta kill the queen.
You'll never know. You'll never know.
One of us has to be the queen, then no one's the queen. You're like, wait, so who's the queen? And then you just cut to the queen on like a flight to Tahiti.
I love it.
More water, please.
Classy.
We gotta kill the queen. Where is she? And it just cuts back to her on a tube in Tahiti. Smart.
Fabulous.
All right.
Smart.
So for Mark Dingus Hoffmeyer and for Zanandi Boetes, this is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.
No, don't I get a freaking name?
Oh, and for Zanandi Blood Fart Boetes, Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.